My
By the
computer
way,
says it's
just so
2.
you know, if you're looking at this card that's behind me, you can touch it somehow if you can get through the Lauren Place thing somewhere. And it's an invitation to a party that's going to go on at all the time. So if you go to the party and no one's there, it's that kind of party, okay?
It's my party.
Just donate some money to me.
Yeah, exactly. So it turns out they found out that Ethel Rosenberg did not use the typewriter. Too bad for her, huh? Yeah, her brother turned her in to save his wife. He said that his wife was more important. So there you go. So, Yep. And oh, look, yes, you have a brother. Yeah, you have a really crappy brother. It's unbelievable. Yeah, we should send him a free ticket to Liberia. Round trip.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not round trip.
No, don't send it back here.
Yeah. So this has got to be the stupidest thing ever, guys. I don't know if you see this, but this came out today. It's called the August Smart Lock. Have anybody seen this? It's unbelievable.
No.
You put this, you know how your door has and locks from the inside with a little thing that goes back and forth to lock throw the bolt.
Yeah.
So you put this ugly, huge thing over it. All right. So when you come home, instead of taking out your key and opening the door, you pull out your cell phone, take a half hour to find the app, click the app open, press 4 more buttons than the rest of it, and it turns the thing from inside so you can now open the door without a key. That's really clever, right?
Right. So you've been mugged.
Someone's
and
gonna
robbed.
hack. Yeah, someone's gonna hack the app so they can open
that's
any
no big
door they
deal,
want.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And when you standing
And
there,
it's
exactly
not
what's gonna
wireless,
happen.
so it doesn't tell you if anybody's entered your apartment or house or whatever. And if you happen to come home with a house through a garage, it'll open the freaking door in the front door, and you won't even know it. So there you go. So it's really
You know, the very first keyless entry they had for cars in the Honda, somebody hacked them so they can open any Honda in the world that has that feature.
Yeah. Well, I did that with a hanger.
Keyless entry. Keyless entry's been around for over 100 years. It's called a crowbar.
Yeah, it's been around for 1,000 years. It's called a brick.
Yeah.
It's been around
so
for 10,000 years. It's called your mother-in-law's head.
Oh.
So they've
Hi, Shauna.
Hey.
How about this? Apps that are really stupid. Boy, there are some dumb ones. There's one that actually, an app that you kiss your phone, you French kiss your phone, and it tells you how good you are at French kissing. Now, okay.
What if you swallow your phone? Then what happens?
Then you get 100%.
And there's
What if-
another one. Only somebody from Second Life dreamt this up. An app that you can send a message to your current dating partner, spouse, not spouse, girlfriend, whatever. And it comes with a little velvet red box. And then it pops up with a ring and says yes or no. In other words, an engagement ring as an app. Let me tell you something. That's not only is it no, but guess what? We're not going out ever again. Have a good day.
Well, let's just stop them just from taking the ring and saying bugger off.
Yeah. And
I'll take the
I don't
ring.
know if you know, there was one app that cost like $10,000 and didn't do anything. It was called something like You Are Rich. Remember that?
You are rich.
It's like you have $10,000 to blow on an app that doesn't do anything. It means you're rich.
It means you were rich.
You gotta love these things. There was another one called the Electric Razor, and what it did was you got this app, and it made a sound like an electric razor, and you could make believe you were shaving with your iPhone, but of course it wasn't doing anything.
That's good.
It's what you handed your little kids when they were standing next to you. Keep them busy.
Isn't that great? I mean, God Almighty, the worst apps ever. I'll tell you. I mean, you know, another 5 years, those of you who have younger children that come up and say, well, I'm going to create an app, you know, that's going to be like gone. That's yesterday's business. So, yeah. Anybody looking for a job? You know, there's some apps for that, too. 6 most outrageous job applications. Yeah. You know, I used to, you know, good at applying for jobs. I remember once applying for a job long, long ago, and I was brought into the office. It was Texaco. Does anybody remember a company called Texaco?
Yep.
Gas stations.
Oh
There
yeah.
used to be a chain of them, wasn't there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
The
were also
big one.
oil producers and the rest. And that was supposed to get a job in Newark in their in-house organ, writing the organ. So I came in, and the guy who was interviewing me then brought me to see the big boss, who had a big, big office. And we're all chatting away. And all I could think about is I had to come to Newark to do this job, you know? And they're talking to me about how good it is and the benefits and everything. And all of a sudden, this is why I should not have any job. I got up in the middle of it and I said, you know what? I'm leaving. Nobody can work here. And I left.
I don't want to be rude to interrupt you, but I'm just wondering, why is the US the only country in the world that calls a liquid gas?
That's very good.
We call
yes.
it gas. And there's a gas that
Could
we
be
call
free
a
bum,
liquid.
you know.
In Europe,
Oh,
they
who
call it
wanted to
gas
tell some
oil,
jokes up
right?
here? Who was
Gas
coming up
oil.
to tell some jokes besides you, Catboy? There was somebody early on wanted to tell a joke.
Oh, there was a girl.
Terry.
Girl.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Is
It's
she
not
here?
funny though. This is my first time doing this.
Oh,
Well,
go ahead.
it's
your
all
first
right.
time, we'll
I
be
want you to
forgiven.
know something,
That's all
Terry.
right.
None
very
of us were
kind.
funny the first time, not the second time, but by the fourth or fifth time, you'll be up here regularly enjoying yourself. So go ahead. You want to come up on stage?
Yeah.
Come
Whatever
on
you
on
guys
up on
want, I don't-
stage.
Come on, stage.
Terry, Terry.
Go.
We
Come
grow
on.
comics here. We grow.
Oh, look at that. I
Yeah.
like the way you walk and you can see through your skirt. You're already funny. Come on.
All right. Hi guys. I'm Terry.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi everybody.
Oh, look at that,
So,
Abby.
it's
Isn't
a
it
blonde
cute?
joke, and it's not that funny. But well,
We noticed you're
I
brunette.
guess. All right, so this blonde decides one day that she's sick and tired of everyone, stating, "Oh God, blonde jokes," and how all blondes are perceived to be stupid, and how blondes are just retarded. So she decides to show her husband that blondes really are smart. So what she does is she tells him, she decides that she's gonna paint the house so she can tell her husband, I'm smart and I'm a blonde and I can still do things. So while her husband's at work, she decides that she's gonna take off for that day for a couple of days and she starts to paint the rooms. So the next day after, she does that and her husband comes, I guess he was out all he goes far, he travels. So when he came home the next day, he came home and he saw her laying on the floor and all tired and she's bummed out and he's like to her, so what's wrong, are you okay? And she was like, yeah. He's like, well, why are you wearing two coats, a ski jacket and your fur coat? Why are you all dressed in that? And she goes, well, I read the can of paint and it said for best results put on two coats.
Wow. Hey, your first
That's my-
joke, you did it.
Yay.
There you go. Bravo,
Thank
Terry.
you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now come back next week with some more. Absolutely.
Yeah, better
Okay.
ones.
Exactly.
That's fine. Come on.
This is my first
You should
time
see-
I ever said a joke on Second Life, so yeah.
We
And
we
it was
love it.
good.
Terry, write some more. So, so this guy, all right, this is what he actually put this out. Things he would do for a price, okay? So this is what he listed. Things I'll do for $5. Stare at you for 5 minutes. Give a hug to the person of your choosing. Call you on the phone and seem genuinely interested in talking to you for 10 minutes. Draw your face on a balloon. Sing Bare Naked Ladies 1 week from memory to the best of my ability. Or 6 minutes of copywriting. Now, for $10, he was willing to do these things. Write your new theme song. Perform your new theme song on your voicemail. Spin until I throw up or you lose interest.
He's going to be spinning for a while if he can throw up.
Rename your Pokemon. Host a conference call with you and a person that you've always thought was cool but never really got a chance to hang out with. 12 minutes of copywriting. Things I would do for $50. Break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. help you quit smoking. I'll call you every day for a month and yell, "Hey, don't smoke."
You
Tell
smoking?
the
Don't do
person
that.
you like that you think they're cute, and what if you had sex together? Try my best to fly in a public place for an hour.
Easy in Second Life.
Yeah, easy in Second Life.
Make you a really great profile picture. 1 hour of copywriting. Things I would do for $100. Fight someone much smaller or a girl than me.
Okay.
What? Oh my god.
Email you a list of 250 things I like about you. I need access to any and all social network accounts you have.
Yeah, right.
Clean some of your house and apologize for that parts that I don't clean.
The bathroom.
Deliver 5 fully cooked DiGiorno pizzas right to your door.
I'll take it.
2
No, I'm
hours
still
of
at ShopRite.
copywriting. Things I would do for $1,000.
Uh-oh, here comes the kinky stuff.
Kind of wonder where that's
Host
going.
an event. I will not host anything racially insensitive, i.e. human being auctioned.
Okay.
Oh, that's
All right.
interesting. Human being auction. Is it like human being or human being auction? I got to figure that one out. That's too difficult for my brain. Give a PowerPoint presentation on team building to your business and or extended family.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Rename your children.
Oh, hell no.
Build you a cardboard car and make vroom vroom sounds while you drive it. Be your personal paparazzi for a month.
Oh, no
Shit.
20
pictures.
hours of copywriting.
Depending on who the person is.
Guy's a
Things
good
I will
writer.
do for $100,000.
Uh-oh.
100,000?
Mm-hmm. Went right from 1,000 to 100. Didn't skip the 10,000 mark.
Right.
Yell your name every time I wake up for the rest of my life. Change both my political and spiritual leanings. Screen all your phone calls for 5 years.
Mm,
That's a lot of work for $100,000.
that's a lot of work.
Recreate the best day of your life. Or worst
Wow.
if you prefer. Isn't that great? That's pretty cool. So that's
Yeah,
that.
I noticed that too,
Nothing
Tara.
kinky.
Nothing kinky.
Nothing
Nothing
kinky.
kinky. Yeah, nothing
Yeah, I
kinky.
know. I thought it didn't going to go there.
Yeah.
Is that $1 million?
He didn't go to 1 million, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, damn. That would have been, we should create that ourselves.
They were undercharging in some
If I
of those.
had $1 million, yeah. Screening your phone calls for 5 years, it's $20,000 a year for a full-time job. That's not a great deal for him.
Nope.
I listen to
actually-
his language, however, and I would not want him doing copywriting for me.
Okay. All right, here's someone else posted this. Hey, rich-ass dog owners. Are you at the office 23 hours a day in a coke-fueled effort to squeeze every last penny out of your 20s and 30s? Are you going out of town with your post-divorce trophy girlfriend to visit your slave ship collection in Barbados? Do you work for a corporation that received TARP money? I am your dog walker. I am the most radical, bitchin', mind-blowing dog walking experience in all of New York City. All dogs are stoked when I'm around, regardless of breed or sex. Your dog is going to be on me like Charlie Sheen on a porn star made of amphetamines. When I'm ascending
Oh, no, that's a little cool.
when I'm ascending towards your penthouse suite in your private elevator, bitches' nipples are going to be rock hard.
What?
Do I have experience walking dogs? I'm a human being. Of course I have experience walking dogs. This isn't a linear algebra, folks. It's dog walking. Are you thinking you want someone with better credentials? Someone who's been vetted by one of those fancy schmancy agencies with a dumbass pun for a name? Flip the switch. I went to Princeton University. I got 1,600 on my SATs, and now for $15 an hour, your precious little dog could be my fucking master. Are you one of those prototypical American success stories who worked your way up from nothing to live the dream, and now you want to gloat over an Ivy League grad who's been reduced to posting a dog walking classified on his Skeezy ad Craigslist? You can shadow me while I walk. Take pictures of my pathetic face as I handle your dog's feces with nothing but a plastic bag over my hand. I'll even wear my Princeton Letterman sweater. I might even cry. Forget the agencies. I will walk your dog for less money, and I'm not some weirdo at art school dropout who claims to be in subverbal communication with your dog. I'm just a guy who wants your fucking money and will walk your dog to get it.
One of the best ads I've ever seen.
Do I do overnights? You bet your boathouse, buddy. I will sleep in your sweet-ass apartment and tend to your dog while doing it. Don't want my poor person's skin sullying your ostrich feather sheets? I'll sleep on the floor. Don't want my poor person here secreting oils all over your pearly white tiles? I'll sleep in the crate with your dog. Shit, as long as I'm allowed to turn on the heat, I'll curl up in a ball and sleep in your sink while the water runs over my naked body.
As long as I'm allowed to turn on the heat.
Am I going to steal your jewelry? No, I am not. Am I going to jack your electronics? No way, man. Am I going to eat some of your food? Probably, but nothing you'll miss. Maybe an apple. I am not about to take a bath in your foie gras, moneybags. I'm a good guy, and I'm looking to make a little extra cash by chaperoning your dog around your stupid white bread sidewalks. So if you're interested in the dopest, most swagged out legend of the universe dog walking champion in New York City, reply to this ad and we'll get started in making your dog happier than a Mormon on his honeymoon. So act now. Write me. I'm excited to meet you and your dog, and I'm sure as motherfucking cocksucking shit that your dog is excited to meet me too. Serious inquiries only, please. Come on, that's one of the best ads ever, right?
Oh, that is brilliant. Love it.
You like that one? That was good, yeah.
Yeah.
I would just
Do
call
one
that
more.
guy. I would just
Yeah.
call that guy and tell him, you know, I really like your ad, but I don't have a dog.
I don't have a dog, right?
I want to buy a dog just so I can hire you.
Here's a resume. Says, fine, don't fucking hire me. You can't handle my shit. What the fuck, people? I need a motherfucking job, and I have a resume that says I'm fucking fit to be your goddamn front desk administrative assistant. I have applied to a ton of jobs on here, and not one of them has responded. What the fuck is happening? Cover letter? Here's my fucking cover letter. Now I'm really low on money, and I'll suck a dick if I have to. That's right. Got a bear in your backyard that keeps eating your garbage? I'll fight that motherfucker, and I'll win. Can any other prospective employees say, fuck no? What'd you say? You lost your keys? Fuck it, I'll shoot the goddamn lock off your door with my laser eyes. That's how bad I need a motherfucking job. Your brother is gay and you're not cool with that? I'll de-gay him with reverse butt sex. Don't believe me? Then hire me.
Is there a naked
Objective.
girl on your stage?
That was good. Oh my
No,
god.
why? Oh, yes, and the thing, I'll tell you about that after. Objective. I need a motherfucking job. Shit, I have done. I invented the moon. Atlantis was around till 1988, but sunk when I shot out of my mom's vagina like a silver bullet into a Wolverine.
I think the same guy who did the dog walking ad did.
I am also a Wolverine. Had sex with the Spice Girls. The blowjob machine was originally my idea until the bastard Clint Eastwood stole it. I have a prophetic vision of the apocalypse. Watch the movie Joannaman at least 18 times. Created a new genre of dance in which people get into it that radiation waves pulsate off them. I like to call it the microwave. I reversed engineered a door. I now know how it works. When I was 8, a frisbee flew in my backyard and I blew it with my mind. My brother is the Eiffel Tower. I'm a direct descendant of Beowulf. Can make weapons out of anything. Very useful in a hostile work environment. Beat my
Watch out for the
pornography
safety.
addiction when I was at 19. Proficient in Microsoft Office and Photoshop. Relevant work
Photoshop.
experience. Glom Glom Corporation of Evil Doing. Position front desk administrative assistant duties. Setting up sex scandals in which to blackmail wealthy politicians, forwarding email, burning down the houses of the poor, loan sharking, answering phones, greeting clients in a manner that would frighten most people.
Okay.
What's the matter,
Green
Bob?
Hate Enterprises. Position, once again, I was the fucking front desk administrative assistant. Duties, organizing the dumping of bio-waste into the ocean, peeing in lakes, digging holes to fill with garbage, making garbage out of perfectly good and useful items, filling said holes with said garbage, creating fake facts about Greenpeace, and publishing them on the internet. References. Slobber the Muck Monster. So now you know the real me. Are you going to hire me or not? I would like to remind you that I can make weapons out of anything. Sincerely, that's that. Yes, welcome again to Tuesday, Lauren and Friends, where we never have a show. We never know what's going to happen. Nothing's prepared. Oh, God. I like the first one the best. I just love the dog watcher. I may have to put that in our regular once in a while.
one?
Bring
Oh,
that out.
hilarious.
and
The
use that, don't you
Princeton
think?
dog walker? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that
gonna
was
have to. He's got to stay in the game. Yeah.
He's gonna wear his Letterman sweater and
Walk the shit
One
out of
more,
your
and then I'm
dog.
gonna bring up. Then I'm gonna bring up Catboy. Employment wanted. Former marijuana smuggler. Having successfully completed a 10-year sentence, incident-free, for importing 75 tons of marijuana into the United States, I am now seeking a legal and legitimate means to support myself and my family.
Well, he's got experience in importing. You know,
Business
okay.
experience. Owned and operated a successful fishing business, multi-vessel, one airplane, one island processing facility. Simultaneously owned and operated a fleet of tractor-trailer trucks conducting business in the western United States. During this time, I also co-owned and participated in the executive-level management of 120 people worldwide in a successful pot smuggling venture with the head revenues in excess of $100 million annually. I took responsibility for my own actions and received a 10-year sentence in the United States while others walked free for their cooperation. Attributes. I'm an expert in all levels of security. I have extensive computer skills and personable, outgoing, well-educated, reliable, clean, and sober. I've spoken in schools to thousands of kids and parents groups over the past 10 years on the consequences of choice. And received public recognition from the RCMP for community service. I am well-traveled, speak English, French, Spanish. References available from friends, family, and prior customers.
Here are the listings for Dog Walker near Princeton.
Oh my god, listening to this and my blonde joke, oh my god, I feel retarded.
No, your blonde joke was good.
Oh.
Come on, Don. Come on.
Don't worry.
we want
I've been
more.
doing this 8 years. Are you kidding? You should have heard the
I've been
first
doing
time.
this for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, don't you say that. Come on, we love it. Catboy, you ready to get up here?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
All right. Come on up here,
Yeah.
Catboy. Bravo.
Come on,
Okay.
Catboy.
Oh gosh. Let's
He
see.
knows every obscure film in the
yeah.
last 50 years.
Yeah.
Knows how to accessorize.
Yeah. Oh,
He can
that's
teach
true.
film.
I could pretend I'm paying attention to something while playing Grand Theft Auto at the same time.
Oh,
There you
you
go.
can.
Yeah,
Wow.
There's a
That's
higher
disgusting.
Anyway, I got an announcement to make. There's a new show coming up that's going to be played. We're planning for it to be a weekly thing right here in Cookie Sim. probably right here at Lawrence, unless it's not big enough, maybe because there's that big town square, we can use that too. And what we're going to do is we're going to start playing movies. This is about playing old classic B movies from the 50s all the way up to the 70s. The genres will be horror, science fiction, monster movies, film noir, disaster films, outlaws, teenagers and hot rods, that sort of thing. The sort of stuff that you would see like Elvira's Movie Macabre or Mystery Science Theater 3000. And what we're going to do is it's going to be it'll be live in voice. That means the audience will be remember Mystery Science Theater 3000 when everyone's riffing on the movie, the whole audience will be participating.
Yay.
Ah.
Yes. And the first Yes, and it's called Saturday Night Riff at the Movies, and the very first one is going to be on November 1st, right after Halloween, and we already have a movie chosen. Since Halloween is on a weekend, you know that whenever Halloween's on a Friday, that means Halloween is all weekend long, right?
Yep. Right.
So right, so that's going to be awesome. What we're going to do is the first movie we're going to play is going to be The Evil of Dr. Frankenstein, starring Peter Cushing.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
Yes, Peter Cushing. Right, anyone remember him? He was a man who played Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars, where he was a man who ordered the Alderaan to be destroyed. You're all too trusting. Remember we burned her? Like poor Princess Leia's like, what? I told you what the rebels base are, you son of a bitch! Like, you're far too. Anyway, so just letting you know that's starting on November the 1st, so that's probably about 2 weeks from now, is it? 2 weeks, because it's only the 14th. So, but let me get started on the comedy. Speaking of horror, did you notice that Hollywood is rediscovering Ouija boards and teenagers? There's a movie coming out. Do you remember that was a thing back in the 1980s? Right? It was like teenagers and Ouija boards. They go together like Sonny and Cher, Hall & Oates, Toddlers and Matches, Seaside, Noel Spill, or Air Show and Disaster. That's one thing you really got to learn how to keep apart are teenagers and Ouija boards. Those two things, you put those two things together. Like, if you ever wanted to make a movie that was the opposite of Ghostbusters, where you were intentionally wanted to haunt a house instead of unhaunt it, all you would need is a bunch of teenagers driving around in delivery cards with Ouija boards. It's like, guaranteed to have your house possessed in 30 minutes or your next pizza's free. It would sound... yeah, it would go something like this. It would be like, who's there? Teenager. 5 minutes later, who's there? Poltergeist. That's probably how that movie's going to go. I'm going to have to watch that and see it. Anyway, speaking of teenagers, did anyone notice that a lot of kids these days are wearing T-shirts with retro games printed on them? Mm-hmm. They're all over the place right now. And I get a little upset like that. Like Space Invaders of Galaxia, like that was so cool. And these kids have never played these games. Next time I run into one of them, I would like to sit them down and force them to play Breakout for 3 hours. See what they think that's like, right? Like if they ever
play Pong and you'll lick it.
Yeah, you'll play Breakout. You'll play Galaxia, you little whippersnapper. And see, I'd like to make them play get four of them together in one room and not text long enough to play a game like Gauntlet. Remember Gauntlet? That was a 4-person thing.
Oh, I loved Gauntlet.
Oh, I love Gauntlet. But if kids play these today, they're going to say it sucks. And of course, for good reason too, because you want to watch a little dot bounce around the screen, or would you rather drive a car 100 miles an hour down a city street while throwing hand grenades out the window and shooting pedestrians in the face? Is that a tough choice? Really? Anyway, I'm going to move on to favorite one-liners. There's a bunch of one-liners that got published on Reddit and on someone also did it on Twitter the other day. And they got a collection of the best one-liners that people really, really liked. And I'm going to go through a big, long list of them I collected for you here today. Hopefully, maybe this will kill like maybe 10 minutes or so. All right? Favorite one-liner. Some of these are from, does anyone know Billy Carr, the British comedian? That's something he's particularly famous for. Anyone know him?
No.
Okay, I'll stop mentioning him. I thought maybe
Billy...
Miss Queen might have known him. Anyway, so... Favorite one-liners. I asked my North Korean friend how was it like there, and he said he couldn't complain. That's an old one. I know that one. My girlfriend started smoking, so I had to slow down and apply lubricant.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Carr.
That's it. Jimmy Carr. I'm sorry. That's the name I was trying to remember. I saw a sign last night that said "Watch for Children," and I thought that sounds like a fair trade. Kid, I get a Rolex in return. Oh, you never know. Let's see. I refuse to believe that my father, a road worker, was stealing from his job. But when I got home, the signs were all there. Now here's one I heard from Mike Tyson long ago, because Mike Tyson collects homing pigeons. That's his thing. Mike Tyson said, you can never lose a homing pigeon. If your homing pigeon doesn't come back, then what you lost is a pigeon.
That was a good one.
You know, the whiteboards are remarkable. Get it? You gotta put the marker on, you can erase it. Oh, ground. Okay. I was at an ATM and this old lady that asked me for help to check her balance, so I pushed her over.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a Jimmy Carr one. People say I'm condescending. That means I talk down to people. What do you call a rude thief walking down a flight of stairs?
I don't know.
A rude thief going down a flight of stairs. A condescending con descending.
Oh.
Not bad, huh? Okay. I recently decided to sell my vacuum cleaner. All it was doing was gathering dust. That's a classic Rodney Dangerfield one, yeah. People used to laugh at me when I would say I want to be a comedian. Well, no one's laughing now. Oh man, here's another Jimmy Carr one. Jimmy Carr's a real biting one. Throwing acid is wrong in some people's eyes. Oh my gosh. Okay, the other day I saw a special needs kid wearing a t-shirt that said, "Don't let an extra chromosome get you down."
That was funny.
Okay, I spent the past 4 years looking for my ex-girlfriend's killer, but no one wants to do it. Yeah, that can also be a mother-in-law joke, by the way. Let's see. Quiz. What do you get when you cross a joke with a rhetorical question?
I don't know what.
That's the joke.
Yeah, I'm not the only gullible one.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Say what you want about deaf people. Can't hear it anyway. Here's one a little evil. It's like to titillate an ocelot, you need to titillate an ocelot. You need to oscillate its tits a lot. I think I heard our friend Doctor mentioned this one once. My grandfather has the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban from the local zoo. I hate Russian dolls. They're so full of themselves. Oh, I'm so tired. I haven't slept for 3 days. I haven't slept for 3 days because that would be too long. You know, that joke would not work in college. It's like, 3 days, that's the thing. Let's see. I haven't talked to my wife in 3 weeks. I didn't want to interrupt her. That's a Benny Goodman joke. Benny Goodman.
Benny Youngman is not a young man.
Benny Youngman.
He's a dead man.
He's a dead man now. He passed away. Take my wife, please. I tried making a pencil and an eraser at both ends, but I realized it was pointless. My wife told me to stop impersonating a flamingo. I had to put my foot down. Here's a classic Canadian joke. A baby seal walks into a club.
Aw.
Aww.
Canadian joke. I remember when I really used to be into nostalgia. I just hate them. I want to know, who is this Rorschach guy, and why does he keep drawing pictures of my parents fighting? I didn't shock at Fran. But Fran was going to laugh at that one first, of course.
Yeah,
That's one from Fran.
That's great.
You got to use that one.
That's the Woody Allen line. He says, you keep every picture the psychiatrist shows me. Those are people fucking. Those are people fucking. Those are people fucking. And the psychiatrist says, "Gee, you have sex on the mind." He goes, "No, I don't. You're showing me all these 30 pictures."
30 pictures.
This is why I don't get up on the stage.
That was funny.
Well, I loved Woody Allen's old classic one-liner that was, "Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana."
Or I got kicked out of NYU, the NYU philosophy program, for cheating. I was peering into the soul of the guy next to me.
Next to me, yeah.
Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read.
Right, that's Groucho
Okay.
Marx. That's Groucho. Yep.
Groucho.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a new one I picked up from Twitter, the Twitter feed, and says, "I just watched The Human Centipede. Talk about tongue-in-cheek."
Well, I
Okay,
didn't hear
somebody's
that. Somebody
really
didn't
got a
realize-
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's got a really
I didn't
bad.
hear your
I think it's Roxy.
That's not
Like-
me this time.
No,
It's
no,
not her. I know it's not Haley. I believe it was Roxy. Anyway,
I think it's one of those dinosaurs getting his nails clipped here in Second Life.
Redo that joke. It was
imagine
probably
T-Rex getting
good.
his nails done.
Do it
If
over
you're
again.
having an
Okay,
outbreak,
I'll do it
then
over
don't get-
again. That was, I just watched the movie The Human Centipede. Talk about tongue-in-cheek.
Oh. That movie gives me the horrors.
Oh, I know. I haven't even watched it, but I know what it's
No,
about.
I can't. Just the
I
coming
know.
attractions traumatize me.
Let's see. When life gives you melons, you might be dyslexic. Okay. You gotta hand it to blind prostitutes.
Yes, you do.
Here's another Jimmy Carr one. It amazes me how a family can be torn apart by something as simple as a pack of wild dogs.
Imagine it, yeah.
This one-armed man asked me to help him get down from a tree, so I waved at him.
Oh, God.
Okay, the first time I got a universal remote control, I thought to myself, this changes everything. Okay,
Sorry,
and the
penis
last
size
one I
excluded.
got, it's right here. It's my friend tried a few Malaysian airline jokes at the bar the other day, but one got no response and the other one got shot down in flames. And that's all for tonight, everybody.
A little soon for that one.
That's fantastic. Well done. Well done.
That is good.
Give it up for the God. Well done. Our little cat boy at Doc tonight. Yeah, we don't solve him. The cat boy, you rocked it tonight. You really did. Yeah, that was great.
Nobody can hear you. What?
Oh.
Did you let him
Someone's having a
Is that
time.
Sam?
Did you let him look at it? Look out?
We'll just let her do this for a while. See,
that's good,
Yeah, let's
right?
a few
see where
minutes,
this is
okay?
Is he scratching it when it was closed or open?
Let's listen
So
in.
he's feeling better.
This is Shane talk.
I remember the first time Voice came in
Sorry.
Second Life, and somebody had their mic on, and she was telling him in First Life what a lousy lover he was. Yeah, we went through some really descriptive stuff, and it was like, and there was a whole bunch of us in a room, and we're going, can't believe it. Whoa!
Oh, that's bad.
Oh my god, it's reminding me. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, do you know that when you're in Second Life, if you use anything that uses your middle mouse button in another program, even if you're in a completely different window, it'll activate voice in Second Life.
Wow.
Well, that's nice.
And
Oh,
yes,
wow,
I
no,
can't.
Right,
yeah.
and I was building something in Mesh the other day. Well, this was last summer, and I was in Builder's Brewery, and I was watching one of the old Godzilla movies, like Godzilla versus King Kong. So when I was through building this thing in mesh and I decided to import it into World, I stopped the movie because I didn't want to miss the big finale. I go into Builder's Brewery, and all these people are standing around going, "What did you stop the movie for? We were watching that."
Do you know that if you hold down the left mouse and the right mouse button at the same time for more than 2 seconds, you can hear a Chinese guy breathing?
Put that out before I try it.
Yeah, me too.
So anyhow, all right, here are some of the stupidest interview questions ever. If you could get rid of one state in the United States, which would it be and why? Can you imagine asking?
Florida.
No,
Who would
yeah,
not?
that was number one. Was Florida,
Mississippi.
exactly.
Mississippi.
Mississippi, California came, and Alaska did. That's one
wow.
person said that one of the two Dakotas. Do we really need both?
Why do we need 2 Dakotas?
That's good. One Dakota, 2 Dakota.
Here was another stupid question. This is an interview to get a job. What do you think about when you're alone in your car? So here's what it said. I suppose a string of profanity and karaoke.
I think about what kind of dumb questions interviewers could ask.
Right, here's another dumb question an interviewer had, right? What song best describes your work ethic? To which the reply was, Under Pressure by Queen.
Under pressure.
One woman responded, she works hard for the money.
Roxanne, you
I would-
have to put on the red line.
I would probably answer Bugger Off by the Dubliners.
Here's one for a job at Clark Construction Group, okay? A penguin walks through the door a penguin walks through that door right now wearing a sombrero. What does he say and why is he here?
Okay.
This is problem-solving questions?
Well, this is what would the penguin say. So one person said, he says, you should hire Amanda. That's who was there. She's old. But somebody else said, he says he had a margarita and would you like one?
Are they auditioning for comedy writers or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Here. So somebody once asked this in a question: how many cows are in Canada? That was a Google to get a job at Google. Can you believe that? And actually, I thought this.
Let me look at it.
Yeah, let me look
It's a
it up.
shitload.
Somebody actually did this. You know, you talk about that. Somebody actually went out and created a Google, like if it's Google search under creative, hardworking, talented, plus excellent designer, plus all the qualifications. Somebody in Google saw that, and actually they brought him in for a job interview and gave him a job.
Wow.
How about that? There you go. Be creative.
Social media works.
Yeah, I guess. You got to make sure it gets to somebody. Other cute things was to get a job. Somebody sent someone with their resume a plastic foot, saying they were just trying to get their foot in the door. Right?
That's whim shop stuff.
But I'm ching.
Yeah. And someone once sent a resume so big that it had a table of contents. You know they didn't get the job, right? Yeah. Someone once put on their resume that they knew how to use a paper shredder. I mean, that's okay, you got a job at the CIA. And actually, many people put this down, which is really definitely you're not getting a job. Proficiency in the English language. You gotta really wonder about that, huh? So, here's one. All right, they were searching for a job. So it's fun. It's like job day. We do whatever. By the way, for all of you to know, next week I'm not here, okay? But the week after I am, and we're having a very big event here on the 28th. We have Tamara Hayden singing for a long time, raising money for some sort of thing that only Jamie and Think know about, so you have to give the money to this. It's a costume party. Like, we're not in costume now, okay?
We promise
now
we'll spend it well.
Right now,
We
we're all in our
promise
regular
we'll-
street clothes. Am I correct? I don't think so.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah, we are.
Oh my god.
Are we ever?
No.
So do wear something different.
How can you tell when it's Halloween here?
I'm coming in
Yes.
a golf shirt and slacks.
We should have a contest with who has the most like
We should all
street
just come
clothes
naked.
on.
Who can look normal?
Right.
That's
I
it. Who
see.
can look normal?
Devlin.
That's something I'm not going to win.
Yeah, so, yeah, okay. Now, Jamie, you wanted to say something about this event in 2 weeks?
I was just gonna say, like if you really want to look good,
Is it on a Tuesday in 2 weeks?
yes,
Yes,
Tuesday the
same time.
28th,
Okay.
2 weeks.
Okay.
We
And so
we
for
will
the next two... Yeah, go ahead,
we
Jamie.
will have costumes available
I thought he was gonna
for
say condoms.
purchase if you want to. Well, we might have those available as well. We hadn't thought of that. That would probably sell better. But going to be a lot of stuff going on, doing a lot of promotion. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of people here. So
And
it's gonna
do
be a
save your
good
lindens.
time.
All right, no big linden spending for the next 2 weeks. Just come in with your lindens and leave them here, okay? This is a big deal.
Yeah.
We don't know what Think and Jamie are going to do with them, but we want to give it to them, okay? I saw them one time. Now, you have to come in here. You come in on a Saturday morning, okay, early. This is when the rest of the Jews can't come in because, they got to not turn on the computer. You can catch Jamie and Think. They're in a building in the back here counting all their money. You can see them. They're counting money. It's unbelievable. They're like Uncle Scrooge and his little son Donald Duck.
Let me just see if I can refute that a little bit. All I have to
Diving
say
in a
is,
full of gold coins.
all I have to say is you are correct. And what's your point?
Yeah, they've called their little place Little Bitcoin. So here, this is a great job requirement. Listen to this. Accounting background mandatory, 10 to 15 years minimum. BS in accounting, finance from an Ivy League university. Big 5 experience only. Administrative assistant, $12 to $15 an hour.
Oh my god.
That's great. Can you imagine that? That shit's great. That is terrific. What a job. So we didn't really have a show again tonight. I'm really sorry about it. Show as usual. We never have a show. It's so bad. We need to get some writers. Somebody knows how to write some shows for us. So we just go about with whatever. By the way, this is something interesting. The New York Times has an article on why are Americans so fascinated with extreme fitness. Have you noticed it's extreme fitness? They said this is one. All right, I'm just reading from the New York Times. I'm not even writing this stuff. A blonde woman in a hot pink spandex tank hoists a sledgehammer over her shoulders and slams it down with a dull thud onto a big tire in front of her. Besides her, another woman swings her sledgehammer even higher, grimacing and groaning with effort. Their faces are bright red and dripping with sweat. It's 9:45 a.m. and 85 degrees, and the sun is glinting off the asphalt of the strip mall parking lot where the women are laboring. Swing it higher above your shoulder, a woman bellows at them, and even as they gasp, each time they raise their hammer, each time they let him fall. One woman pauses to wipe the sweat from her eyes. She spots me studying. I've been trying not to stare, but it's a strange spectacle. This John Henry workout of theirs, hammering away in front of a women's fitness center, just a few doors down from a smoke shop and a hair salon. It looks exhausting and a little more than dangerous. I mean, what if the sledgehammer slips and flies from one woman's hands, braining her companion? It also looks fruitless. Why not just join a roofing crew for a few hours instead? surely there's a tunnel somewhere that needs digging, or at least some hot tar that needs pouring. So they go on about this whole thing. You know, Jane Fonda and Richard Simmons once painted exercise as something fun and faintly sexy. You know, a light-hearted trip to a sweaty nightclub in your own living room. But fitness isn't supposed to be easy anymore. The abdominizer and minute videos are gone. The 90s, the curves of Ursula Andress, and it's been replaced by hard bodies of Cindy Crawford and Ellie McPherson. So, so anyhow, that goes in the CrossFit. How many of you doing CrossFit? Anybody in here doing CrossFit?
I had somebody go on for an hour about it.
Does this
You
look
know,
like a kind of
maybe this is a CrossFit if you think about it. I'm sorry, what did you say, Mike? Did you say something, or did I miss somebody said something?
I said that I had somebody on Second Life go on about for an hour and a half about how awesome CrossFit is, how it's changed their lives. I mean, I didn't get the appeal. They're always in there and like saying that, oh, this is the thing. This is, you got to do this. They just went on and on and on. There's no joke here. It's just like,
Well,
I don't get it.
No.
Yeah.
They just found out that people that do CrossFit have an unusual high number of rhabdomyolysis, which is a dangerous condition leading to kidney failure. So the good news is these people are going to look really good when they go to 6 feet under. For that show, right? So, the whole notion of pushing yourself as if for some odd reason you want to be a member of Navy SEALs is just bullshit, okay? I mean, really seriously bullshit. I mean, my stepmother's 93 years old. She looks like the largest pumpkin you could buy for Halloween, okay? She's still 93.
Aww.
CrossFit to her is taking having 2 boxes of donuts, the large and the small, and getting the large ones in the small box when you've eaten as many as you want. That's what CrossFit is. 93. Don't forget, Mr. Fix died running, right, at 38 or something? Am I correct?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So there you go. So these people are running around doing CrossFit and sledgehammers and kettlebells. Ooh, we do these kettlebells. Will make my vagina even tighter. Unfortunately, nobody's visiting there, so who cares?
Kettlebells looks like you went back to a gym from the 1920s. Like it's something that Popeye should be working out.
Yeah, you mean CrossFit? Yeah, from what I understand, they got some boxes in some part of rooms, a couple of dumbbells somewhere else, and nothing. You pay a fortune to go into this gym that has no equipment.
It's like I got some junk in my yard. I'll pass for this.
There you go.
I think I'd like to get whatever happened to Harry Krishnas. I'd like to get a group of them up to go and say they want to join a CrossFit group. Oh God. Yeah. And then there are these people. They lug 5 gallons of water 10 miles to prove they can do that, right? Oh my God. I should have been a chiropractor. Anyhow, that's unbelievable. Well, we've got another show. We did another show. Oh, wow. How did that happen?
Good job, Lauren.
We have no music tonight, but we had a show. Catboy, you were really funny. Terry, thank you so much for getting up. It's always hard the first time. Next time you'll be better, and you get better and better, and then you find your own voice. Doc, who you haven't heard, Doc is terrific. And when Doc first came up, he really didn't know how to do what he was doing. And after a couple of times, I mean, Haley said get rid of him, but we didn't.
Thank you very much.
Which is why we rag you about your mic.
No, this is about the second one, but this was great. Wow. I think my heart hurts from laughing too much.
Oh, good. Good. Well, just even if you get one thing next week, and then something that you personally feel is funny, something you see, like whoever you're going out with, and then you can have a statement about that.
They're not in the same room.
So there it is. And just for you guys who came in late, I want you to know, as you all know, Bill Clinton once says, it depends on what is. And now we know what is. It's ISIS is what is. Yeah, is.
That's not funny.
I'm telling you, I've got it down. I'm done. You know, you can't get anybody in the Arab world to get up with a couple of them to go in there and fight these guys, right? So I say this. We should call up all the other Arabs and say, listen, I know you guys, you're not doing anything. You're sending money to help them out. Guess what? We've decided that we're going to join in with ISIS. And by the way, you and Saudi Arabia have about 3 hours before we come in, you know. Oh, by the way, I heard the latest thing that ISIS is doing. I don't know if you heard this. All the money they have.
Slaves.
Yeah, I was shocked about this. They're building ISIS land. It's like sort of like a Disneyland. There's going to be, yes, they're going to have a whole actual beheading section, so you can go over there, behead people.
Oh, don't forget the slave trade ride. It's a small world after.
Yeah. What's the name of that thing? Thunder Mountain. Is actually, theirs is called Demolished Town. It's very similar type of thing. Okay. Yeah. ISIS land. Can't wait for it. Mission.
Uh-oh.
It costs an arm and a leg to get in.
That's what happens when you steal a ticket.
And you gotta love the whole thing. The Turks decided to kill the Kurds, the only people who are fighting ISIS. I mean, it's just really absurd. A whole bunch of them. Are you kidding? If only Richard the Lionheart hadn't gone to frickin' Jerusalem, everything would be fine. What a bad mistake that was, huh? The Holy Grail. Oh, I'm gonna go find the Holy Grail. Listen, just get yourself a burger and fries and relax. Stay at home. Right? All right, I should shut up now, right? I'm sorry. That's
You
enough
didn't
of that.
tell us about the naked person on the stage.
Oh, the naked person on the stage. Yes, I have to tell you about this. So I stayed in Houston, and this was the painting that was above the bed. I love this, man.
Were you alone?
Yeah.
That's
To get you in the mood. It
Irene
doesn't look
had
very
a comment
romantic.
to make about
She looks
that.
like she looks a little pissed
What?
off. Like, what are you doing here?
Who looks
You
pissed
know.
off?
The lady. She looks like she's looking at
The
the guy
lady?
like.
Kim Jong Un is gonna get some.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They renamed him. Kim, I'm gone.
Kim,
He was seen in public.
No, that
Yeah,
was
right.
just today, actually.
Photoshop can do amazing things.
Michael Jackson danced on stage, right?
Live for him. Yeah, Michael Jackson's back. Had a big party. Elvis was there. Oh, God.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, look at this in the news. Trying to stay in Congress and out of jail. We gotta love this country. You know, what's going on
Hey,
around
guess
here?
what? They got SL Go on the iPad now, not just Android.
Oh, excellent. SL
Yep.
goes on the iPad? Yay.
I'm gonna try that. Does it cost money?
Yeah, but the problem is if you update your iPad or anything else, it'll run so slow it won't matter anyhow. So that's the problem.
I updated to iOS 8 and I'm okay. It hasn't been a problem.
Well,
Not
you just wait
everybody's
another
having
week.
it.
Just another week or so. You're so bogged down. Are you kidding?
Hey, Lauren, you actually have to send a picture of yourself to get it.
Wow.
Yeah, all right. My iPad is unique. You know, after I updated, every now and then a little picture comes up. And, oh, please plug me in. I'm feeling weak and tired.
Baby.
Little baby,
right?
Little baby iPad.
Yeah.